What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to SideNote News, where we break down real stories with real context. News, culture, politics, and everything in between. Right now, we're covering a serious security incident at Mar-a-Lago. That's the Florida state and private club owned by President Donald Trump, where law enforcement shot and killed a man after he breached the secure perimeter early on Sunday morning. We'll walk through the timeline, what officials have said, the identity of the individual, and how authorities are now investigating this case. Let's break it all down. So what happened is, according to the U.S. Secret Service and Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, the incident took place around 1:30 a.m. on Sunday. That was near the north gate of the Mar-a-Lago property located in Palm Beach. The man had breached the secure perimeter, a zone that leads towards the estate's inner grounds.
At 1:30 this morning, the security detail detected that an individual had made his way into the inner perimeter of Mar-a-Lago. A deputy and two Secret Service agents on the detail went to that area to investigate. They confronted a white male that was carrying a gas can and a shotgun. He was ordered to drop those two pieces of equipment that he had with him, at which time he put down the gas can, raised the shotgun to a shooting position. At that point in time, the deputy and the two Secret Service agents fired their weapons and neutralized the threat. He is deceased at the scene.
Authorities say the man was observed carrying two items that raised alarms: a shotgun and a gas canister.
This is the picture that I'm going to give you of the shotgun and the gas can, so you got it with us. All right? So you'll have that. Like I said, there's a lot more investigation to be done. FBI is the lead agency. We'll be assisting them. And fortunately, nobody was in jeopardy inside because of the quick action that was taken by the deputies and the Secret Service.
Two Secret Service agents and a Palm Beach County Sheriff's deputy approached and confronted the man. Law enforcement ordered him to drop the items, and he reportedly dropped the gas can, but then raised the shotgun towards the officers, at which point they fired their weapons, fatally wounding him at the scene. So, of course, people are asking, where was Trump during this? Officials have confirmed that Donald Trump was not at Mar-a-Lago when the incident occurred. At the time, he was in Washington, D.C. for official business alongside First Lady Melania Trump. So while the incident happened on the grounds of a property closely associated with Trump, Mar-a-Lago is his primary residence, the president was not present or in immediate danger. Law enforcement later identified the man as 21-year-old Austin Tucker Martin of Moore County, North Carolina. Martin had reportedly been reported missing by his family a few days earlier, and authorities believed he traveled south toward Florida, stopping along the way and acquiring the shotgun prior to the incident. Investigators recovered the box for the shotgun in his vehicle, suggesting that he had purchased it during his trip. Multiple agencies, including the FBI, Secret Service, and Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, are involved in the ongoing investigation. FBI Director Kash Patel, he said the Bureau would dedicate all necessary resources to the case. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, she issued a statement applauding the swift response by law enforcement, saying they acted quickly and decisively to neutralize a threat, though she also used the moment to criticize political opponents regarding broader security funding issues. Now, what we know and what we don't. Here's the status of the situation. What we do know is that the man breached a secure perimeter at Mar-a-Lago. He was armed with a shotgun and he had a gas can. Officers ordered him to drop the items. He reportedly raised the weapon. Secret Service and a sheriff's deputy fired, killing him. Trump was not present. What is unknown is why the man targeted Mar-a-Lago or intended to enter. The motive has not been publicly confirmed. How long he planned the trip or whether there were any communications outlining intent, that is all part of the investigation. Right now, investigators are continuing forensic analysis and reviewing any available surveillance footage. They've also asked local residents near the estate to share any security camera video that could also offer clues. Now, to fully understand why this incident is being taken so seriously, you have to look at what's happened over the past 2 years. This is not the first time that President Donald Trump has faced a direct security threat. During the 2024 presidential campaign, Trump survived 2 separate assassination attempts, both which significantly reshaped how federal and local agencies approach his protection. Let's talk about the Pennsylvania rally shooting. The first attempt occurred during a campaign rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. Gunfire erupted during the event. Trump was struck in the ear by a bullet, and at least one rally attendee was killed. The suspected gunman, he was immediately shot and killed by law enforcement at the scene. That incident triggered an immediate review of Secret Service protection procedures. Questions were raised about perimeter control, rooftop security, and response time. The shooting marked the first time in decades that a U.S. presidential candidate or president had been wounded in an assassination attempt. Then there was the West Palm Beach golf course incident. Just weeks later, a second incident unfolded, this time at Trump's golf club in West Palm Beach. Authorities arrested a man allegedly armed near the perimeter of the course. Officials said he had been surveilling the area and was believed to be preparing for a potential attack. He was taken into custody before any shots were fired. That second incident intensified scrutiny of threats targeting Trump's properties, specifically in Florida. Since those attempts, security around Trump has remained at an elevated level, even when he is not physically present at a property. Mar-a-Lago is not just a private residence, it's a highly monitored, federally protected site when associated with the president. Secret Service protective zones extend beyond the main residence and include surrounding perimeters. So when someone breaches that security boundary, especially armed with a shotgun and carrying a gas can, it immediately triggers a maximum response protocol. Officials say the agents involved in Sunday's shooting followed standard protective procedures when confronting an armed individual who allegedly raised a weapon. Now, why does this matter? What makes this latest incident different is timing. It comes after ongoing political tension nationwide, increased threats against public officials. Security experts say that once a public figure becomes the target of a serious attack, subsequent threats often increase, whether copycat behavior or individuals seeking notoriety. That's why investigators are careful in reviewing the suspect's travel history and communications and mental state in this case. The broader question now becomes, are protective measures sufficient, or is this the new normal for high-profile political figures here in the United States? Each of these incidents, Pennsylvania, West Palm Beach, and now Mar-a-Lago, they add another layer to the conversation about political violence and domestic security. For law enforcement, the mission remains clear: neutralize threats quickly. For the public, the pattern is unsettling. At its core, this is a reminder of how closely protected certain public figures and properties are, and how quickly security forces will respond to perceived threats. While the man was killed at the scene, investigators will continue to piece together his motives and mental state in the days ahead. This is SideNote News, bringing you facts beyond the headlines. We'll see you next time.